This isn't a tip, it's a warning. What I'm about to show you doesn't just sharpen your mind, it strips away what makes you normal. You'll begin to think 3 moves ahead, stop trusting people, and maybe even start using them. This brain hack doesn't merely make you powerful, it makes you dangerous. And once you cross that line, there's no coming back. Before we dive in, I've broken this video into 3 parts so you know exactly what's coming. First, we'll uncover the brain hack itself, exploring what it is, how it works, and why it's far more powerful than you might think. Second, we'll examine its dark side, the part no one talks about, where strategy turns into manipulation and influence morphs into control. And finally, we'll learn how to master this technique for power, protection, and to ensure that you're the one pulling the strings, not getting tangled up in someone else's game. Part 1. The brain hack. Metacognition. Let me introduce you to a brain function that only a small percentage of people use consciously. Metacognition. The ability to think about your own thinking. Most people are trapped in what we call level 1 thinking. They react, they feel something and act on it. They get angry, they yell. They feel nervous, they avoid. They feel confident, or they speak, all without pausing. But a mastermind operates on level 2. They don't just feel, they watch themselves feeling. They don't just act, they ask, why do I want to act this way? Is this emotion helping me or hurting me? What will happen 3 moves ahead if I say this right now? This is the fundamental difference between a pawn and a chess player, a person who gets played or someone who plays the board. Let's break this down into 3 key metacognitive skills that lay the foundation for true emotional intelligence. Most people live on emotional autopilot. When anger, anxiety, shame, or frustration surges, they react immediately without processing, often leading to regret. A metacognitive thinker steps back to observe the emotion. Instead of simply saying, "I'm angry," they ask, "Why am I really angry? Am I actually angry, or am I embarrassed about defending my ego? Is it truly anger, or something deeper, maybe anxiety, or a sense of powerlessness?" Naming the real emotion creates a space between the feeling and your reaction. In that space lies power. When you label your emotions, you prevent them from hijacking your behavior. You become the chess player, not the pawn. Your thoughts aren't just background noise, they're the blueprints your brain uses to construct your reality. Without attention, your mind accepts inherited or unexamined patterns. "I'm not good enough," "They probably hate me," or "What if I fail?" Most people let these thoughts dictate their behavior without questioning them. Metacognitive thought tracking is like installing a security camera inside your mind. Every time you catch a negative thought, pause to ask, where did this thought come from? Is it a fact or a fear? Does it really serve me? By regularly pausing and reflecting, you transfer control from your emotional brain to your rational prefrontal cortex, breaking destructive cycles. A metacognitive mind doesn't simply participate in conversations, it observes them. This means splitting your awareness into 2 channels, one where you engage normally, and another where you watch the dynamics unfold like a chessboard. Notice micro-reactions, a flicker in the eye, a twitch at the corner of a smile, hesitations before answering. That betray underlying emotions. This level of observation turns everyday interactions into strategic arenas, where every move has purpose and power. The same awareness that helps you understand others can be used to either safeguard your own well-being or, if misused, to manipulate and control. Part 2. Monster Mode. The dark side of metacognition. Now that we understand how metacognition can elevate your state of mind, let's explore its dark side. The techniques that give you control over your emotions can be exploited and weaponized. When someone uses metacognition without empathy, when they study your insecurities and deepest fears, they can begin to exploit your vulnerabilities. This is when a mastermind can become a monster. Manipulators can analyze your emotions like tools. They'll probe your deepest insecurities, twist your feelings into fuel, and then use subtle cues, loaded questions, and repetitive messaging to install ideas in your head until you believe they were your own. Imagine a toxic partner saying, "No one else will ever understand you like I do." It sounds comforting, but it's designed to cage you with dependency. One of the most underestimated tactics is calculated silence. Rather than a lack of communication, this silence is used strategically to create pressure. Toxic individuals may delay responses just long enough to make you anxious, forcing you to fill the void with further explanations or apologies. This manipulative use of silence aims to disrupt your confidence and control the conversation, leaving you reeling and unsure of your own worth. Some manipulators wear the mask of victimhood. They overshare emotional stories to build trust, and then exploit that openness to create a sense of obligation in you. Their feigned weakness is designed to disarm you and collect details about your true self, which they later use against you. When combined with metacognitive techniques, this can convert empathy into a tool for control. Part 3. How to master metacognition for power and protection. Now for the critical question. How do you master metacognition so that it empowers you instead of turning you into a dangerous manipulator? You don't need to be a monk or a neuroscientist. What you need is awareness, repetition, and the right practical tools. Let's break down 4 powerful techniques to sharpen your mental edge, build unshakable emotional control, and outfit you with the psychological armor to always stay 10 moves ahead. Train yourself to narrate your mind from an outside perspective. When you feel emotions rising, refer to yourself in the third person. Instead of saying, "I'm freaking out about this presentation," think, "He's feeling nervous," and overthinking the judgment. Then evaluate the situation calmly. This technique not only creates a mental distance from the emotion, but also helps shut down reactive loops and activate your rational decision-making center. At the end of each day, take 5 minutes to reflect on your strongest emotional moment. Ask yourself what triggered it, whether you reacted or responded, and what you could do differently next time. Keeping a mental battle log of key moments where you outsmarted an emotional reaction helps reinforce new patterns of behavior and turn subconscious reactions into conscious decisions. When a negative or limiting thought arises, challenge it immediately by saying, "That's just a thought, not a truth." Question the origin of this belief. Who gave it to me? What evidence supports or contradicts it? This simple reframing can break the loop of negative thinking and help install a new, more empowering narrative. Develop your ability to observe not only your own behavior, but also that of others. In every conversation, split your awareness into 2 parts, one for your own emotions and another for gauging the emotional state of the people you're interacting with. Ask yourself, what are they really feeling? What might they be trying to hide? This insight transforms you from a passive participant into a strategic observer, enabling you to steer conversations and defuse manipulative tactics. Mastering metacognition transforms you from living on autopilot into someone who is always in control, someone unpredictable, unprovoked, and strategically dangerous. The difference between being controlled and being in control starts with awareness. If you found this valuable, don't just watch the video, train your mind, subscribe for more deep psychological tools, and share this with someone who needs to wake up and stop being a pawn in someone else's game. Remember, the true power to shape your destiny lies in mastering your own thoughts.